Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another amazing video. My name is Kristell, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to process your emotions healthfully. How to essentially avoid depression and anxiety. So like I've said before, we have about 60 to 70,000 thoughts in our minds every single day, and about 95% of those are redundant. So every single day we're thinking basically the same exact thoughts, we're having the same emotions, and we're going through the same actions every single day. And this is all based off of the past. What we went through as children, what we went through as teenagers, young adults. Okay, so within those thoughts from our past, we have gone through experiences, and these experiences are more like stories, I would call them, right? And those stories, some of them were traumas, some of them were not that great. For some of us, a lot of them were not that great, which is okay, because I'm gonna teach you how to process those so that you don't carry them like a satchel on your back. A lot of people carry their past with them like in a giant imaginary backpack. So everything that they've gone through, they put it in their backpack and they're just going through life carrying it with them because they don't know how to let it go. I didn't know how to let things go for a really long time. I'm not afraid to admit that, because if I can't admit something, then I can't make it right? So traumas or experiences in life affect every individual very differently. We're all at a different point in our self-development and in our mental and emotional growth. So there's no better time to start than right now if you feel stuck with how to process thoughts and let go, forgive, forget, and move forward. Actually ask yourself right now, are you truly able to forgive, let go, move forward, and forget about the situation? Are you truly able to do that? For a lot of people, that's very hard to do. And that's because of our ego, which I'll explain in a minute. There could be two people and they go through the same experience. One person is gonna process it differently than the other. One person might think, wow, that was really hard, but you know what? I don't wanna carry that. I just wanna let it go. I'm just going to forgive, I'm gonna just forget, I'm gonna move forward because it's really not that big of a deal for me. And the other person might say, no, this is hurtful, this situation is something I'm not gonna let go, I'm gonna hold on to it because I'm mad. And they hold on to it. They put it in their backpack and they go through life. Usually the reason why people can't let go, forgive, forget, and move forward is because of their ego. Our ego is actually like a self-defense mechanism. Our ego is usually what keeps us comfortable. So those 60 to 70,000 thoughts that we think every single day, those are comfortable for us. It's really hard to move outside of that. So if we try to make any sort of changes in our lives, a lot of the time our ego steps in, is like, no, this is weird. Like, it's okay for a minute, but then our ego steps in and says, no, this is weird. Like, this is uncomfortable. I don't like change. I want to go back to how it was. Let's just go back. That was better. And it stops you from growing. So your ego is your safety mechanism. Does that kind of make sense to you? If it doesn't, let me know in the comments below. If it does, give me a thumbs up. Another example of a few traumas that can happen to us like individually is something very simple as maybe when we were younger, someone made fun of us. Maybe somebody made fun of our appearance, how we spoke, or even cut us down and told us we would never amount to anything or we weren't good enough. Something like that. This is something that we archive in our mind, and we will carry that forward unless we have parents at home or somebody else in our life that is very strong support and example for us that tells us differently. But if not, usually the outcome is we think that about ourselves. Even if you say, no, I don't think that about myself, sometimes you can think that way, but then at the same time, you're subconsciously second guessing, and that's still archiving, not letting it go. Essentially, you're believing it. An experienced trauma like that can have a huge effect on our life, whether we can really process the idea of that or not. Think back right now in your own life. Okay, so we have a trauma experience that happens to us, and what we do is we don't want to deal with it because what society tells us, we just need to be happy. Just be happy, don't worry about anything, ignore what everybody says to you, just be happy. But it's sometimes hard to just ignore something. And a lot of the ways that people ignore things is by stuffing it, pushing it under the rug, and not dealing with it. So that's archiving your feelings. That's not feeling your emotions and dealing with your thoughts, which it will come back to bite you in your butt because you cannot ignore these things. You can't just sweep it under the rug and expect it to go away because it will come back and try to work itself out because that's how our human mind works. So now we have all these thoughts that we're adding to our archive, adding to our backpack, these heavy traumas that we want to carry around with us for whatever reason. I don't understand why we would want to do that. Our ego doesn't want to let go. Our ego doesn't want to be wrong. Our ego wants to be right, and I'm going to carry this and I'm right. Sound familiar? Now you have your traumas sitting down in your unconscious mind, hanging out because they're still there. And you're just going through life and you run into the same problems. Things keep popping up in your life that are the same. And this is not by mistake. Your unconscious mind is trying to tell you something. It's trying to tell you, you need to deal with this. Stop trying to shove it under the rug and just deal with it. If you don't do this, you just continue to go through the same cycles. If you're struggling in one area or you have like a trauma in a specific area, you'll realize that that keeps coming up over and over. Like if it's in a relationship, or maybe it's related to your job, or maybe it's related to your relationship with your family. There are so many different scenarios. You're gonna continue to have these things pop up until you can actually deal with it. And a lot of the times people don't even see this or recognize it because they're very unaware of their thoughts. Most human beings are. I really strongly urge you to take a look at your thoughts, take a look at your traumas in your life, things that you struggle with, things that are holding you back, and really be honest with yourself about this so that you can heal and move forward, because the only person that you're hurting is yourself by carrying this stuff. And a lot of the times this is gonna cause depression and anxiety and multitude of other problems in your life. So when you have a trauma that comes up, sit with yourself when no one's around and observe your thoughts about what happened. Don't make any judgments, just observe your thoughts and then feel the emotion that comes afterwards. It's okay to feel sad, hurt, scared, unjustified. All of these things, it's okay. We were given these emotions for a reason, and it's to tell us that something needs to change. Your feelings are telling you to pay attention. Pay attention to me. Let's deal with this so that we can move on and have an amazing life and be happier and be more blissful in our day and not carry this stuff around like a satchel on our back. Not carry this stuff around and let it depress us and give us anxiety. Usually the reason why we have traumas in our lives most of the time is because somebody else is involved and they're hurting too. People only know what they know. People only know what they have been taught. Try to understand that everybody is at a different place in their life, and that is okay. And people generally don't mean to hurt others or cause problems in people's lives. So the best idea is just to feel the emotion and then forgive. Just forgive. You don't want to carry that through your life anyway. And then move forward. Truly in your heart, forgive, move forward. And when you truly do forgive and move forward, you will forget. A lot of people have this, I'm gonna forgive you, but I'll never forget. That's not true forgiveness. Try to have gratitude for that trauma. When you have gratitude for traumas, it helps you to move forward. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving me this trauma to help me grow and realize the things that I'm discovering in life. With every trauma and hard situation, something beautiful will grow from that. Nobody is perfect. Everybody has issues that they go through, but we all have a brain, we all have an ego, and we all have the same ability to process these emotions and to free ourselves from this baggage. I think a huge reason to a lot of people sweep things under the rug is they have been told by people in their past that if you show emotion, you're not strong. You should never feel ashamed or not strong enough because you are feeling these emotions. I actually think that strength is when you can recognize what you're feeling, recognize your thoughts, and work through that emotion and let it go. Forgive and forget. That's strength. It truly is. Taking the steps to heal yourself so that you can be a better person is strength. Never feel like you aren't good enough or feel like you're ashamed or you're not strong enough because someone is essentially telling you to not be a human being. To not feel, work through your traumas, admit your problems, because within this is going to help you grow, evolve, change, be a better human being, and live a better life, live the life that you want to live. I really hope that this video helped you guys. These things have helped me tremendously in my life and has literally lifted this heavy burden I have felt on me for years and years. And I'm gonna continue to do this for the rest of my life. I'm gonna continue to use these tools every single day so that I can stay in a state of happiness and a state of loving my life. Once you know how good you can feel inside your heart, inside your mind, inside yourself, you don't ever want to go back to that place again. You don't ever want to go back to those feelings that you felt, because now you have the tools to be able to work through everything you need to be able to work through. So I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye guys.